Google is working hard behind the scenes to change its profile as an ally of the Democratic Party. The tech giant is courting the GOP and building alliances with conservatives at a time when regulators in Congress are considering issues affecting business interests. Joining us from Washington is WSJ's Tom Catan. Hello, Thomas. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Hi.
So tell us what's going on here. Google, I think, and a lot of tech companies are typically associated with Democratic interests. Not so much the case with Google anymore. Talk to us about it.
Right. I mean, especially in the case of Google, because Google's former CEO, Eric Schmidt, was campaigning with Obama during the 2000 and to some extent 2012 election. Google employees are very enthusiastic donors to the Obama campaign, and a whole string of executives went on to work in the Obama administration. So, to many conservatives, Google became known as a sort of virtual arm of the Obama administration. Now, that started to shift around 2011 when Google got hit by an antitrust suit by the Federal Trade Commission. They suddenly found themselves with very few allies and some really existential threats to their business model, and they started going out and aggressively courting conservatives. So, you're seeing that in various forms. You're seeing them hiring a lot of Republicans to, reach out to Republican congressmen. And then also they're starting to fund a lot of conservative groups, some of them quite surprising because they are very vocal opponents of some of the things that Google holds dear in policy terms, like same-sex marriage, climate change policy, and other things.
Now here we're taking a look at a list of some of the some of the donations that Google has given to the GOP, including the CEI, the Cato Institute, and the Federalist Society. Tom, companies have forever given money and tried to side up to politicians. What is different about this? Is it that Google's sort of political mindset has shifted and they are more sort of looking, they're embracing free market principles, or is it just that they want to kind of dance with both sides, dance with a partner from both sides of the aisle, really play smart politics here? What's going on?
I think it's more the latter, that, they started out, as sort of, hewing to their own ideals and so on. And they realized that, as they, more of their parts of their business become affected by Washington, they need to have friends in Washington, and or they could be left out in the cold. At the same time, their arch rival Microsoft is, a very deep-pocketed funder of causes, and spent a lot of time and money trying to sic regulators on Google. And I think they realized that they had to, start playing the Washington game. But that's clearly upset a lot of liberals and, to some extent, some of their own workers, because they're starting to support some causes that are kind of antithetical to some of their West Coast employees.
Right. Sort of a strange bedfellow situation. Well, Tom, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Really appreciate it.
Thanks.